to another bite-sized burlesque lesson. I'm Miss Mina Murray, headmistress of the Boston Academy of Burlesque Education. Today, we are going to learn how to strip out of a shirt. I've chosen a man's shirt right out of my partner's closet. So I want you to put your shirt on and only button 3 buttons. And definitely check the cuffs. If they're too tight for your hand to slip through easily, just unbutton the cuffs. It's part of the reason I've chosen a large man's shirt is it makes it easier to take off. Also, you're likely to have a shirt like this in your closet and you can just grab it. So the main thing we are going to learn today is how to unbutton buttons. It's a real skill being able to unbutton buttons, especially without looking at them. So let us start just by getting familiar with the shirt. I just want you to run your hands down the front. Maybe feel where each of those buttons are. Let's just start at the collar and glide down. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And that's what we're going to undo today. So the first thing you want to do is grab the fabric with the buttonhole in it. This part of the shirt is called placket. And if you are wearing a man's shirt like I am, the buttonhole is on the left side and the button is on the right side. If you're wearing a woman's shirt, it's reversed. So grab the placket and pull it just a little bit so the buttonhole is nice and open. Then take the button in the other hand and pulling the buttonhole wide, just slide the button right through the buttonhole. Slide the button right through the buttonhole and it will pop out the other side. So the really tricky part about this is not looking. When you're practice in a mirror so you get used to where the buttons are and how you can unbutton them without looking, because looking down, you're going to break your connection with your audience, and also it's just not as great looking. An alluring glance down just to make sure the audience is following your gaze is fine. Also, you make sure that you have nice, pretty hands, because your hands are going to be drawing the attention to buttons. So, glide your hands down that opening you've just made. Open up the shirt a little bit, maybe show off your collarbone a tad. Don't give them too much, but you can maybe give them a hint of what's coming. Stroke your cleavage. Glide your hands down until you find that next button. Then let's do the same thing. Push that buttonhole open. Push that button through until it goes pop out the other side. And give them a little bit more. Not too much. Then we're going to go on to the very last button. Glide down, pull the buttonhole taut, slide the button through, and now you're undone. Now, it's time to tease. So, we're going to open the shirt a little bit, show them a little bit. I'm doing it kind of slow, shoulder roll. You could also give them like a really fast little flash. One of my favorite moves is to turn around like this, right? Give them a look over the shoulder. Open the shirt wide, Maybe drop it down. You're still not showing anything, right? We call it strip tease. And then put the shirt back on and turn back around. It's really effective because you have exposed yourself, but you haven't exposed yourself to your audience. So once we've had as much fun as we want, teasing, showing off, it's time to take the shirt off. So let's turn to the side because you always want your action to happen downstage. So just roll your shoulder a few times so the shirt falls off it. If you need to help it with your hand, that's fine. But don't take the shirt all the way off. You just want it to fall off your shoulder and be hanging out around your elbow. And we're going to pivot gracefully to the other side and roll our shoulder again. So now the shirt is hanging out around our elbows. And as long as we keep our hands up, this is really pretty stable. Now, there's a really dramatic way to take your shirt off. And that's just simply straighten your arms behind you and whoosh, the shirt comes off. And then it's gone. But let's try a more controlled remove so that we actually have the shirt and we can do whatever we want with it. So. And that is definitely one of those cases where you want to have the cuffs wide open. I actually had a little problem with that because I do have, even though these cuffs are pretty roomy, they still got caught on my hand. You know, it's the magic of live burlesque lessons. All right, so let's try that again. Roll your shoulder, and the shirt is hanging out around your elbow. Roll your shoulder, and the shirt is hanging out around your elbow. This time, instead of dramatically flinging your arms backwards and letting the shirt go on its merry way, just drop one arm and let the shirt fall off. If you need to help it a little bit, that's fine. Then we're going to turn back around and pull it off our arm. So now we have the shirt in our hands and we can do a little play with it, right? It's just a big piece of fabric. It's basically a curtain. So you can hide behind it. You can give them a little peekaboo show. Right? You can hide up above. I don't necessarily recommend totally hiding your face for more than a moment, but having your eyes peek over the top is very alluring. Just run it down your body. Right. Use it to highlight your favorite body parts. You know, whatever you want, whatever creativity. And then we can discard it. You know, we could just toss it aside. That's fine. We could do what I call the classic twirl, but I really like to do this little maneuver. I refer to it as a magic trick. It's sort of like opening a curtain, and this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna step to the side so I may go off camera for a sec. So this is what it looks like all together, and then I'll break it down. So it's actually 3 moves. Set the shirt down to show you. So you're going to hold the shirt. You are going to bring it to the side while you are stepping out, and you're going to throw it and cover your chest. So we hold the shirt, we step to the side, we hold the shirt out, and then we throw it. So last time at speed. And you almost automatically end up in this really lovely position. Someone's commenting. Great. So just one quick shirt remove from start to finish. So I'll just take the shirt off, do a little tease with it, take it off, do a little tease with it, and discard it with a little magic curtain move. So I'm gonna And that is your bite-sized burlesque lesson for today, shirt removes. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Miss Mina Murray from the Boston Academy of Burlesque Education. You can see me here live on @StudyBurlesque on Instagram every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And for more information about our classes, please go to studyburlesque.com. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.